right now are actually composed of IoT. Things like Siri that recognizes your voice, or even Alexa that turns on or off your lights are all made of IoT. Though sometimes people forget the negative effects of IoT easily. So today I would like to have a presentation on, is IoT actually productive? So the table of contents will include 1. IoT and its basic definitions. 2. Trust and different types of problems occurring because of over-reliance. And 3. Technology. Is it actually worth the installation cost? And 4. The conclusion. So how many of you saw these things? Siri, Alexa, and the smartwatch. A lot, right?
Yeah.
So currently, IoT is a big part of our life. Maybe not the biggest, but still, it's a major thing. How many of you saw these things, however? These are some unique things that are actually going on right now. For this one, this is a smart plate that actually calculates the amount of calories you're actually taking in. This is Sippo, your personal hydration manager that notifies you how much water you're drinking. This is a home camera, probably a bit familiar. This one is a unique one, a happy fork that measures the amount of time it takes for you to eat some type of food.
What?
Yeah. And this one is a smart light bulb, probably a bit more familiar, right? It actually lets you adjust the colors. So here I would like to talk about IoT Basics. So IoT stands for Internet of Things, and in other words, communication of dumb things. So my presentation would actually be based on data. Data. So what does this actually mean, right? Let's take this for example. This is just a normal pen. It's considered a dumb thing. But what's the difference between this remote control and that pen, right? This remote control is considered a smart thing in my presentation. Why is this so, right? If you press a button, you can actually control different types of things. It actually shares the internet and communicates with other devices, and this is what makes this remote control so smart. So what if we actually make different types of scanning programs inside that pen? What if we actually take a video of what they're taking with that pen? That would be IoT. So currently, many different types of platforms are included in IoT, such as agriculture, smart homes, or sometimes smart plants. Then Alexa AI, turning on, off the lights, voice recognition, and more. And last but not least, the smart homes, such as temperature, humidity, doors, whatever. So 2, is this actually effective? Does this create over-reliance, and what are some problems? This is one of the problems triggered by IoT when it actually comes to over-reliance. Chores and simple housework is the best method to get over depression, according to an expert on July 3rd, 2019. So what is actually triggered by over-reliance? Some people, in fact many of these people, learn different types of skills. Responsibility, time management, flexibility, or sometimes even get through depression due to little housework things. Plus, another problem given by over-reliance is that how is IoT used in your daily lives? Just a simple process. You wake up, you turn off your alarm, you actually open your phone by face recognition, and then you actually watch a video online with your laptop, or sometimes even measure your weight or get out the house. So the problem with IoT is that it measures everything. It shares data with different types of products, right? That is what IoT is all about. In fact, that part is what creates or generates the most amount of problem. Let's say your Face ID gets hacked. That would be terrible. This is also a common problem. Laptop cameras actually being on, this would also create a lot of privacy problems. Sometimes your weight, how much food you actually take in, creepy, right? And even which time do you leave your house, incriminating. So 3, is this actually worth the installation costs or the technology? So here's some data. So 63% believe that it is not worth it to actually use IoT, and they also find it creepy. And 88% thinks that industries should actually focus on how they actually take in the data and reduce the costs in the first place. So here's some examples, not to criticize them or anything, that people might not find so productive. This one, Sippo, is an example of IoT. This is actually a water bottle that actually measures how much water you actually drink during the day. Well, this sounds convenient, but looking at these specific examples, it found out that all it does is send you notifications. And different types of replies from customers indicated that it doesn't change a lot of things. In fact, it costs around $60, or actually twice as much as a normal water bottle. When it actually comes to Happy Fork, it measures the amount of time it takes for you to actually consume a certain type of food. It in fact costs $59 to purchase one, and it tells you how fast you're eating, and that's pretty much it. And then this one is a bit more useful. Smart Plate. This actually calculates all of the calories that you're taking into your body. This is pretty much accurate, but you need to buy the Smart Plate for scanning plus $30 per month. How many of you believe that this is actually worth it?
None.
So, jumping into the conclusion. So there are 3 problems caused by IoT, right? Number 1, over-reliance. Number 2, privacy. And number 3, pricing and the installation cost. So a few conclusions given by this is that in order to solve the problem of over-reliance, rather than doing everything for them, notifying them to do a certain thing would be a better method, such as house chores. Maybe just doing it for them, it'd be better to, in fact, sometimes measure the amount of dust in there, notify them when it actually gets too dusty in there. And privacy, make the customers pick their preference. This is the most important part. Maybe sometimes IoT is all about data, right? It is not possible to generate 0 data from customers, but still just giving the fact that they actually get to pick their preferences improves this problem a lot. And last but not least, when it actually comes to pricing. This sounds a bit obvious, but let me give you an example. Try to reach out to as many different types of functions as possible with limited technology. Such as, just with this pen, you can actually install a camera, and then it can actually scan different types of things you're doing, and not only just taking a video, but you can actually give them recommendations on how you can actually make your handwriting better, or things like that. Those would be reaching out to have a wider field of technology. With that said, I'm extremely proud to introduce you to these problems and solutions. Thank you.